All right, hey everybody. So the double breathing Kriya. We're prepping for our teacher training together, and there's going to be a lot of pranayama practices which require a good flow of energy through our system in order for us to really reap the benefits. And this is something that I think is, it's really important. it's really important for us to have good energy flow through our system. And the double breathing Kriya is a super effective, very, very direct way to access the energy in our body and to get it to move. And so this is sort of like the multivitamin of breathing exercises that I use and teach and share with pretty much everybody I come across in some way, shape, or form. This practice makes its way in the kind of the prescription, because it really is just a tool to get energy to move. And so there you go. There's like a quick 1 minute sales pitch on double breathing Kriya. If you're not already doing it, then I'm going to encourage you to start doing it, because we're going to be doing it a lot in the training. But this video is just to give you some little technical things. There's also videos on my YouTube page, which will go into other explanations about the nervous system and stuff like that. But for you guys, for the sake of time, this video, I'll make it as short as possible, and then I'll record a guided practice doing 3 rounds of 30 breaths. Now that's like a complete breath work prescription, like 3 rounds of 30 double breaths to somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes, depending on how long we are resting between. And that gets a lot of Shakti to move, which also can cause things in the system to come up and be processed. So just be mindful of that, be aware of that, especially if this is becoming a daily routine for you, which is good. Like, it's good to have those things coming up and to be processing them and to have a practice that allows you to digest those things. Just wanting to be mindful is all I'm saying. So I promised I'd make this video short, so I'm going to try to keep it short. Technically, what are we talking about with double breathing? We're talking about the double inhale through the nose, double exhale through the mouth. Very simple. That's it. That's all the 30 breaths. However, we do it in 3 stages. And these 3 stages allow the entire respiratory system to be stimulated and to be worked out. And why this is so important is because when we actively, consciously engage these respiratory muscles, when we are at rest or when we are not engaged in our Kriya or Pranayama practice, these muscles have been stimulated in our sadhana, in our work, which allows life to happen a lot more easily through us. It sounds kind of cool, and it is really cool. But what I mean by saying that is that when life is happening, you don't have to think about your breathing, because you've already developed the capacity in your system to allow breath to move the way that it needs to move. And this is what I mean by allowing energy to move through your system. And getting energy to move through your system is you become literally a conduit for the life force, for Shakti. So important. Critical. It's critical for anybody, no matter what they're doing, to allow life to move through them. So double breathing is an example. I already gave the sales pitch on this. Back to the technical stuff. Double inhale through the nose, double exhale through the mouth. Start in the abdomen, do 10 breaths in the abdomen. So if you want, you can put your hand on your belly and you really let your belly go. Right? And then we switch belly to chest and we go like this. Notice it's a fuller, longer breath. It's a fuller, longer breath. We want that really. give yourself time at the top and the bottom of the breath, which means that you're not trying to cut the breath short to get to the next one faster. This is something that I know I'm guilty of, and perhaps you're experiencing this too. Try not to cut the breath too soon. So as opposed to, do you see the difference there? And it can start to become that, especially as you're building up energy in your system. There's a intensity, there's a charge to that. The idea and the kind of the point of this technique is to stay calm and grounded in your body while building the charge, while increasing the intensity, staying calm and grounded in the body, which we can talk about that more in the training about how that's done through asana, etc., etc. Back to the point. Second stage, belly to chest. Third stage, all in the chest. Right? All in the chest. This stimulates the heart. This really gets that, you will feel, if you're not already feeling, you will feel an activation of your sympathetic nervous system. We want to activate our sympathetic nervous system in a healthy way, in a contained way. This is how we build resilience. So we double inhale to the chest. And on the 30th breath, on the final breath, exhale completely. Empty yourself. And I mean really empty yourself. Like I'm staying empty. My breath and my exhale has traveled as far down as I can get it to go. And it will go, with training, it will go further and further down. This is what we want. We want to send the breath, we want to send awareness and prana to the very tip of the spine and the coccyx. This is the emptiness, right? Completely empty, grounded, patient. There will be a moment, and it won't happen like, it won't be a rush of air. There will be a moment where there's a natural, I call it the gathering breath. There's a gathering breath that happens after you've emptied. There's a gathering breath, the slow inhale, and you just let the inhale happen to you. It should feel really good. You should have a lot of energy in your body, a lot of goodness, and let the inhale fill you up to the top, to the brim. Try not to forcibly fill yourself up, but let yourself become full. Hold the breath. Don't hold the body. Hold the breath lightly, gently, letting it just kind of float. And then there will come a moment where you release the breath. And with the mouth open, with the sound, the exhale. Come into emptiness. Hold the air out. I'll leave a little bit of air in my lungs. Just a little bit. And what I'm doing is I'm maintaining the structure of my body. I'm holding myself still and stable with the breath held out. For as long as I comfortably can. This isn't a competition. You're not forcing yourself. You are allowing your capacity for carbon dioxide in your body and your resilience to that to increase, which creates a better response to stress, allows us to digest stress, to have more space for life. There will come a moment where you do need to breathe. Try not to let that breath go like this. Okay, let the after you've done the gathering breath and you've emptied and you've stayed empty for some time, it might be half a minute, it might be a minute. Some of you guys who've been doing this for a while, you can get up to 2+ minutes. You will breathe in. That is called the recovery breath. Inhale slowly, recovery breath. I like to hold the recovery breath, and at the same time as holding the recovery breath, I'm sort of like consolidating my my self-image. I'm consolidating how I am viewing my life. And what I mean by that is, as I've done this work to clear out and open up the channels for life to flow through me, I now create a vision for where I want to sort of direct that. Right? I'm creating an image of who I'd like to become. Right? And I'm feeling what that feels like. What does it feel like to be that person who's doing X, Y, or Z? I'm feeling that now in this moment as the recovery breath is held and I've just made all this space. And by feeling that, I'm imprinting that in my newly open, flexible, pliable nervous system. I'm imprinting that image in that recovery breath moment as I'm holding it. And then I release. I let go of the breath. I give myself back to life. Almost like, hey, thanks for the gift. Allow me to return the favor. I rest for a few moments. I let my breathing return to normal. I try not to let my breathing get all super rapid. I just go back into a deep, slow, rhythmic breath. And that is one round of the double breathing Kriya. And if you're working this already and you're doing 3 rounds, again, this will take you about 15 minutes to 20 minutes to complete, depending on how long your breath holds are, how long you're waiting between breaths. And just take your time, take it easy, and work with the energy that's arising. When you finish, remain seated. Remain seated and just observe. And if you have a meditation practice currently, you can enter into that meditation practice quite smoothly at this point. Like, the Kriyas are preparatory, purificatory practices to prepare us for the deeper stages of yoga. And meditation is a deeper stage of yoga. So if you have a meditation practice after you've done your double breathing Kriya, just slip right in, right? And then all of a sudden you have this supercharged morning routine. You'll have an abundant amount of space, having created all that space in your system. Use it wisely. Use it wisely. And if you start doing this now, and you start preparing like this now, as you enter into the training, you'll be a lot more, the channels will be a lot more open, and the work that we do on the ground in Costa Rica it's just going to have a different flavor, right? It'll be a little juicier, perhaps. But you'll be more prepared, having done some of this work ahead of time. So thank you guys for watching this video. Thanks for letting me speak about this for 13 and a half minutes, and I hope you enjoy this practice. It's been a game changer for me, as I'm sure you might be able to tell by now, and I'm really looking forward to doing a lot of cleaning it out to let more of life in. You know what I mean? Are you ready to let life in? Okay, cool. Me too. Prepare yourself for the guided practice. I'll send that soon. Okay, peace.